This guy's been brilliant.
This guy's money.
And this guy's a big, explosive player. This guy ran all over the...
Hey guys, Akipo here. Caught up tonight. I'm not going to be able to make the episode for the Meat Market Network on this fine Tuesday, but certainly have some things to air out. I'll keep this short and sweet, get right to the grievances. What happened over the past 3 days is borderline blasphemous. We have our very own commissioner, Butch, who is also the reigning champion, who also has probably the best team in the league, is acquiring Lamar Jackson from his best friend after a 15-second thought, then, yep, I'm tanking, on a fine Sunday, when his team shit the bed in, yes, week 2. Now, we could spend 4 hours on the network talking about how, this really shakes up the league. The Ridley trade, the Lamar trade, the pick acquisitions for good young RBs and wide receivers that were dished. Guys, we're handing the chip to Butch, our commissioner, okay? The best team in the league, the reigning champion. I wish I could make the episode tonight. I'll leave it to Trust the Process. I'll leave it to Dodge Father, and I'll leave it to Bushwhacker to air my grievances for me on tonight's episode. There's not much I can say paints a positive picture from Sunday's bloodbath, okay? I don't think this benefited anyone, including Gushing. Now, I said I'll keep it short and sweet. The last thing I'd like to say is, wild work. You're now middle of the pack. We have Genty's Jurisdiction. We have Kyle Lark and myself at 4-0. Pretender or contender? The world may never know. Until next week.
Yeah, glad to have you guys on for another episode. Right after week 2, it's Thursday night, start of week 3. A lot transpired last weekend. The first fire sale of the season. We'll just start it off, hot after that video by Akipo. Anything you guys want to add on that Meyer might have left out, or anything that you want to add to that piece by Akipo?
Yeah, I do think that there was a fire sale. I would have loved to have a competitive team and gotten in on it. And, I think Akipo could have gotten in on it too. So if he's complaining about Lamar Jackson transactions, maybe if he loves Lamar so much, LJ and the Jets bring him back, bring him back. Go get him. It's a bidding war at the end of the day.
Anything
The
for you,
market is the market.
Father?
Yeah.
The market is the market, says the Bushmaker.
When someone becomes a seller, it's gonna go quick. You gotta be on your toes. You can't be lacking. I don't know. I don't know if the trades were that crazy, in terms of like unbalance, from either side. Kyler and 2 firsts for Lamar is like, it's not it's a lot, but I do think that's pretty fair. I can't remember exactly what Garrett got for Lamar, but Kyler's worth at least a first, so you're talking somewhere within 3 firsts and a second, 3 firsts and a third, in that kind of range. Yeah, I think Bushwhacker hit it on the head. The market's the market. It's not going to be there forever. Sellers go quick, buyers move quicker. I think it was just a crazy crazy Sunday night. I was sitting at dinner and getting all these notifications about 5 trades going through, all these texts blowing up. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Just growing up, you hear your coaches say, you're mad after a game, whatever, you're upset, playing time, whatever. They say, take 24 hours, think about it, come back, reconvene, clear your head, take a deep breath. Don't get too, reactionary, because that's when you make bad decisions. I think what the Gushing Farting was building was something that, he was in the championship last year. Just because you start 0-4, 0-4 looks a lot worse than 0-2, but it's still, in a sense, 0-2. So, I think he had a lot of high-end talent that he did not need to sell. I understand Calvin Ridley for a second, because I'm not a big Calvin Ridley guy. But,
I will say, looking at his team before, I did say in the offseason, like, this team is going to be bad very soon. Like that team, it was getting old with not a ton of. I think I said Lamar's the only player that's going to carry that team, and I mean he's not putting up the most ridiculous numbers this year so far. It does feel crazy that he gave up what he did for Lamar, let's say 2 weeks ago, and had him on his team for 2 weeks. I guess we'll see. We'll see how this rebuild goes.
Yeah,
Welcome to the club. Doesn't work for everyone, but
yeah. I'll keep it short and sweet.
No one's gonna out tank me.
Uh, no one's gonna outtake the bushwhacker, says himself. Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. On Akipo's video, I enjoy it. It's good entertainment, but at the end of the day, I know why he's talking the way he's talking. You know, he goes out and buys Bijan, and he feels better since he sold Lamar. And then guess who ends up with Lamar? Lo and behold, the person who sold Bijan Robinson. And you know, quarterbacks and super flex definitely carry more weight than a running back, no matter how good that running back is. So I had to make that move. Yeah, I mean, I think it was all fair deals. If anything, people should be, you know, maybe talking a little bit more about Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, who acquired Calvin Ridley, who's sitting on his bench, and then also acquired Josh Jacobs. Now, what Friedel did to acquire these players was absolutely unload the clip with his draft capital. He doesn't have a first-round pick till 2028, and he doesn't have any picks next year until the fourth round. So Nick Friedel, under the radar, acquired a couple pieces, and everyone's got their, the limelight's on myself being the, former champion when we're letting that slip under the radar. Bushwhacker, what do you got to say about what Mr. Rogers' neighborhood pulled off on the fire sale?
Well, not only does he have Calvin Ridley on his bench, but I'm seeing here a RJ Harvey, potential league winning candidate this year. He's one of
Yep.
those guys. One of my favorite guys in fantasy is the rookie that explodes week 7, week 8. There's a lot of candidates this year. I don't see it with my friend Gentry's jurisdiction. However, it's not his fault. Not his fault. Not throwing strays. Just a little Raider hate. That's all. Just a little Raiders gonna Raider. That's all. But you see a lot. This is an insane team. Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Devontae, Brock Bowers. There's a lot in there. But
That's what I'm saying. To be quite
high end
frank,
talent.
to be transparent with you as one of the contenders here on the panel, I'm looking for options right now. I'm waiting to buy a dip or do I got to do something to feel a little better because my lineup is not nearly such a sure thing as Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. His range of outcomes is a lot safer than mine. So
That team could win a league in redraft.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I forgot he had RJ Harvey from the rookie draft who he's just been kind of, letting grow and develop on his bench. So definitely something to watch for the Riley Garys and the Larks of the world trying to get a championship this year. I guess we'll end the discussion on the fire sale. We know what went down, and it's just, a little bit of an alert to the rest of the league that keep your notifications on because all of a sudden things can pop up out of nowhere and you got to be able to work on the fly. But while I have both of you guys here, I'll pass it over to the Dodge Father for Dodgins, Dogs, and Duds of the Week. What do you got for us, Ev?
yes, we have a new segment here. Welcome to our new segment, Dodgins, Dogs, and Duds. Where we'll go over some boys this week that maybe didn't get the start in our league, but showed that they got that dog in them, and some others that had a bit of a stinker in a starting lineup. First dog of the week. Some call him an encyclopedia salesman. I like to call him the laundromat because he's leaving every DB he comes across out to dry. The Clemson Cool Cat, now the Carolina slot machine. I'm talking about Hunter Renfrow. 7 catches, 48 yards, 2 tutties. Dog.
Deep cut.
Second dog of the week. We got a second-year wide receiver. In his first year, only had more than 2 catches, 1 game. In week 1, he snags 4. In week 2, he backs it up with an 8-catch, 89-yard performance plus a tutty. Talk about the mile-high missile, Bo Nick's favorite weapon, Mr. Troy Franklin. Dog. On to the dud of the week. They say when you come at the king, you better not miss. After a week 1 performance, it made him look a little bit like Superman, but we may have found his kryptonite as King Henry only rushes for 23 yards
There
on
it is.
11 carries and finished the week as RB 60.
Ouch.
41-point game.
Yeah. That's a wrap on our segment.
Yeah, I
anyone
just
you
want to add
guys
on one
watched?
more dog for you. Someone that is in dog years, probably a million years old, but he's still got a little bit of bite and bark left in him, and that's in Zach Ertz. Keep your eye on Zach Ertz. He's found the end zone the both first 2 weeks of the season. He's the safety blanket over there in Washington, and lo and behold, the kid from Monte Vista still's got that dog in him.
Monte Vista Magic, baby.
Yeah. I got no duds. I don't want to, throw shots because karma comes back quick to bite me in the ass. I'll speak on a dud for myself, and it's the maybe Bushwhackers got something to say about a good old Travion Henderson. I paid a boatload over there to the Dodge father for him, and he's been quite quiet on my roster. Bushwhacker, can you speak to when and if Travion will break out this season? Give me some pieces. There it is.
Let's flip the beanie.
There it is.
Really quick. There it is. So, he's got a coach who is a brethren of his, Ohio State brethren, former Buckeye. And I think, that he needs to just give his fellow Buckeye some slack and give him some more snaps. I think it's a matter of usage. It's not a matter of whether he's elite in this league because everyone knows he is. I mean, it's clear as day when you watch him play.
Yeah.
He did have some pass blocking issues, which will get cleaned up. I think he's trying a little too hard to protect Drake May, out of love, but he'll be fine. I'm not worried at all. This is a classic. Like I said, RJ Harvey, lesser candidate. I think this is the prime breakout candidate right here. Travion Henderson.
I'm glad you made me feel a little bit better.
Don't worry about him.
I'm a tad bit worried. Just the Vrabel. I think it's the Patriots uniform. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't know what it is. I think it's some hate lingering from the Brady brigade back in the day. We got wild work. Chip himself hopped in here. He's been having some technical difficulties, but I'm glad you're able to make it here, Chip. If I can get you unmuted real quick to say hello to the panel.
Pleasure to be here, Butch. I mean, fellas, honor as always. I'll be playing a more ambient role today, but I would love to hear the Dodge Fathers breakdown. We do have Genty's journal going up here momentarily, but good to be here tonight with you guys.
Oh, you missed it. You missed it there, Chip. You'll have to catch it on the final cut. I'm sorry, I cut it a little too early for the Dodge father, but we still got a little secret special with the Bushwhacker later on scheduled.
Cannot wait.
All right. Just want to go through, where the league's at right now, going into week 3. Rankings may shock a few people here. Starting off at the top with the most points forward, it's Kyle Lark himself, Bo Money, Bo Problems. Then Akipo de Bajuki sitting in the 2 spot. And in the 3 spot, lo and behold, it's the Dodge father and then Trust the Process.
Pins up.
Go ahead, Bushwhack. What happened in the game?
Yeah, so Tyreek Hill runs an out route, gets wide open, 3 feet of separation at least. Catches a snag, does probably one of the cleanest backflips you'll see in live action.
Wow. That's actually big breaking news for the matchup this week because we got
not
Genty's
great for
jurisdiction
me.
facing off Akipo, the only undefeated matchup in the league, and Tyreek finally is putting up more than 12 points in a game, and it's
Typical.
It's facing you, the Dodge father. But
Yeah.
let's circle back to something positive. You're sitting at 4-0. Can you speak to how the front office is feeling? How's the morale in the locker room right now?
Morale's good. Dare I say great. Dare I say never been better. We've never been this close to the top of the leaderboard, unless maybe before the season started I changed my name and it went alphabetically. That being said, this Green Bay team, Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love, what a 1-2 punch. Not sure if we'll be touching on that a little bit later, but even with Genty not having the greatest start to the season ever, Matthew Golden having a little bit of a slow rookie start.
It's not his fault.
He's my candidate for breakout rookie wide receiver down the stretch.
It's
But
Jordan Love's fault. It's not his fault. Jordan Love sucks.
But Etienne might be back. We're unsure. They got a clear RB1. Zay Flowers getting his. Wandale Rob. It's just a lot of guys piecing it together. Next
Right.
man up. Chris Godwin, he's coming back. We got one of the highest scoring QBs on our bench with Daniel Jones. Everyone's picking up the slack whenever someone puts up a little bit of a dud. And it's not like we're just scraping by with wins. Like, we're beating the median, even if we are this 6th spot each week.
Right.
But
Yeah.
4-0 to start the season. Hard to complain. Hopefully,
Yeah. I mean, I just want to,
It's great.
I just want to, give Ev your flowers right now while I can. You went out and sold a bunch of guys. We'll speak on that in a second, but you're still 4-0 right now. With selling Herbert and what have you. Bushwhacker, what were you going to speak on?
I was just going to say, I think it's great that he's surviving. He doesn't have his pick, so it'd be just a nuclear disaster if he was one of the worst teams in the league along with me. I love everyone to be good, or at least average, max points for it, get that thing up. And on top of that, you also have Genty, who's been struggling, yet you're still 4-0. So there's upside there to grow. You got a young team. They're cooking. They're cooking.
Yeah, I think struggling now on picking which tight end to start each week is becoming a wee bit of a problem. Kincaid dropping 17 tonight.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But
yeah, before we talk on Kincaid and whatnot, I got the Dodge father here, and I got Wild Work. You sold a piece in Emeka Ibuka, who has started the season off very strong. Managed to still be 4-0 without him. Wild Work. You want to speak on overpaying for Emeka Ibuka and just maybe take your victory lap a little early here?
I don't want to take a victory. I think it was a great trade on both sides. I think Ev made the right move. It looks like I made the right move here. I'm 2-2. I'm just trying to take notes from a guy like the Dodge father, honestly. But Nick Friedel, if you're out there, brother, I think we've got a deal to get done. I know I said a lot to you on the last episode, but I want to mend a bridge here, man. I'm proud of what you built, and I think that week 1 loss taught you a lesson that perhaps a win couldn't. So one other thing I want to call out is Caleb Williams is an atrocious football player.
15th best quarterback in the league.
Panel. I'm going to butt out here and let Bush butt in, but that's all I've got for now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I call on Wild Work, and he empties the clip. I hope he's got another one in his back pocket. Yeah, I love the trade for Emeka. I thought, it's classic get your guys type of situation, and so far it's panned out. And honestly, it panned out for both sides. Dodgins got his money, and Cam got his product, so it worked out correctly. On to our next.
Well, now hold on. He did mention something that I want to touch on.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, as you know, there's statistics out there. People analyze these things for a living, and it's actually come to my attention. It's came across my desk that Caleb Williams is in fact not atrocious. He is in fact the 15th best quarterback in the league so far.
Middle of the pack.
And now in middle of the pack, gotta love it. Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, great. He can work with middle of the pack. Okay. So now we got Caleb Williams. He's producing clean pocket, beautiful balls. It's great. The scrambles, the reading the field, not so great. But I believe in Caleb. I think he could grow and develop. Reps. Let's do it. Discipline. And Wild Work. That is Wild Work, I might have to say. That's Wild Work.
Speaking
who is 32nd or 33rd even? It's a guy by the name of JJ McCarthy. Have you guys heard of him?
Here we go with this.
Soft benching. Okay, let's move it back. Let's move
I
along.
appreciate that, Bushwhacker. I appreciate that. We all know where that was going when we bring up the guy who shall not be named. Moving forward, I want to shed a light on something that Chip alluded to, and it was he's got a deal in the works for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I don't know if that crossed Mr. Rogers' desk yet, but go ahead and give Wild Work a call and see what's maybe in the chute right now, pending. Also speaking on Caleb, I mean, I'm hoping for the best. I got Romo Dunze. I don't know when to start him, but maybe I'll figure that out later. On to the next surprise segment. We got a little bit of something called Harry's Hot Takes. The Bushwhackers are going to, bring some stuff to the table that maybe people don't want to say out loud, but are thinking, or maybe something from left field that might pan out to be true later in the future. Take it away, Bushwhacker.
I love when one segment can tie into another, so that there could be two segments at once. And today's segment of Harry's Hot Takes will tie into my tight end of the week. And my tight end of the week is rostered by somebody on this podcast, but it's not who you might think it is. It is not who you might think it is. I'm watching Thursday Night Football. I'm seeing Dalton Kincaid show flashes of, let me whisper this, maybe a Travis Kelce.
Whoa.
Hello, Kelce.
Oh.
The way he pushed that motherfucker right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his quarterback's back. They got a little thing, and
Okay.
unlike Mahomes,
You're talking camaraderie.
unlike Mahomes, they got the same timeline. Unlike Kelce and Mahomes, they got the same timeline. I think Kincaid, this is just the beginning. Not everyone's growth is linear. Yeah, he had a slow first 2 years. Wasn't he a first round pick?
Dalton Kincaid was
a
a first round pick.
We're talking pedigree. He just didn't get the looks. He had to sit behind Knox. He had to do stupid fucking rookie bullshit that NFL coaches do. I'm sick of.
So what's the hot take? What's the hot take here?
The hot take is the man is like, he might be Travis Kelce.
Whoa. Can I get a tight end finish on the year, Bushwhacker?
I'm gonna say, let's see, there's Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers hurt. I'm gonna say he's TE3 or higher. He might be TE1 this year. That's right. He's on track.
We'll keep a track of going. I don't want to cut you off, but we had someone join here. Riley Gary, how we doing, Riley?
Good, how are you guys?
Great. We're in the middle of a little
Lovely.
segment called Harry's Hot Takes, where the Bushwhacker brings up some uncommon analysis. Bushwhacker, you got anything else for us this week, or are we leaving it at Dalton Kincaid finishes as a top 3 tight end?
See, I will think on that, and then we can.
Okay, we'll
cut it in. We'll cut it in.
Yeah, we'll circle back to you if anything, pings your radar. Riley Gary, great to have you here. Surprise guest appearance. We're on to week 3 now. It just kicked off here at 5:20 today. How's the feel in the front office over there for your team? Is the confidence building? Is anything worrisome? Speak on what's going on for Nickelodeon.
It's early, but there was it was a rough week last week. The team performed at an all-time low. I don't even know if I cracked 100 points. So, and I just give it up to Nick Friedel. He threw up almost 200 on me. So it's early. We're gonna see where we are, but it's early.
Yeah, Derrick Henry dudding for you, and Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts isn't throwing the football. Let's hope that tush push happens every week for you, Riley. Sitting at 1-2-1. You got a tie in the column. Can you speak on the tie? Is there any words of wisdom you gave your guys maybe the following week?
Hold on to the fucking ball. Ball security, man.
There it is.
That's it's early. It's gonna happen. But I mean, even with Derrick Henry only getting like 30 yards or something like that this year, he's still running back 3 in yardage. So I'm just hoping it was a bum week. And hoping we'll bounce back from it. But I mean, DJ Moore fumbling in the last play of the game. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I was real confused. I mean, happy that I ended up in a tie than a loss. But
right,
the tank lives on, boys. Let me announce what just happened live. Khalil Shakir, touchdown. That's rostered by the Brandalorian, and that means max points. It's going
Max
up,
points,
baby.
baby. We know what Bushwhacker's rooting for all year, and it's touchdowns that aren't on his team. That's
It's
something
going up.
We're watching max points in week 3. Is that what I'm
Buddy,
hearing?
It's a sweat. It's a sweat
all
if you
I'm
keep
looking
your eye
for
on
this
it.
year, his team is terrible besides Gibbs and maybe one other guy, but because he doesn't do anything. He has Amari Cooper on his bench. I mean, let's be serious. It's a little negligible. Like the guy
Well,
retired.
speak on that a little more, Bushwhacker.
Yeah, let's
it was
go up
breaking
and
up
down
a
the
little bit.
roster.
It was breaking
Let's
up a
go.
little bit. What was that you said?
I said it's a little bit negligible to be carrying Amari Cooper on the bench, but if he's tanking, which I don't think he was originally, I get it. But it's just, he's got, let's see here. So he's got Khalil Shakir as a starter, which is working great for him as he just got a touchdown.
You're speaking
Um,
about the Brandalorian, correct?
the Brandalorian, yes.
Okay.
He has,
Y-
see here.
You
Got a
alluded
lot
to
of guys that
you alluded to something that kind of made my hair stick up a little bit. Is he quietly tanking, Bushwhacker? Is this a Drew's clue that you're dropping on us? That the
he's got to
Brandalorian could
be.
be secretly tanking.
He's got to be. It's just inactivity. Mark Andrews, in his starting lineup with Khalil Shakir, who's his alternative at 10, Cole Kmet, who he just got, a #1 draft pick, a top 10
Yeah,
draft pick.
yeah, it's
Just
ugly over
playing.
there.
He's
I
got
think
AO
Gilbert.
Maynor on his taxi squad and Tesla. I mean, then was he paying attention in preseason? I don't know. There's questions. I'm not
It's
coming at you.
confusing.
Don't get mad at me. I don't want him to be bad. I want him to be great. Okay. I want me to be bad and no one else.
Fair enough. We
If
got a
I
little
was
off
him, I would
track
have
there.
liquidated Gibbs long ago.
Yeah, we'll see what the Brandalorian sells this season, or if he purchases something. It'll probably give us more of a direction of where he's going. I want to keep it on track with Riley Gary. We got his opponent this week here on the panel, Chip himself. Chip, is there anything you want to maybe pipe in? I know you love a little head-to-head matchup smack talk. Here's a platform for you.
Listen, Riley Gary is the guy I've got a tremendous amount of respect for. I see what he's about. I see how he carries himself. Nothing but well wishes to Riley here in this matchup. But make no mistake about it, we're definitely going to take this one serious. I mean, I've seen what he's been building. I think Nico Collins is going to take a step, but I do want to caution everybody. Quinshon Judkins does look like he could be the RB1 in this class. And I know we've gotten some giggles here and some giggles there about him, but this week, live on pay-per-view, I think Quinshon Judkins might open up a can of whoop ass, and I just hope that Riley Gary's not.
Speaking of dogs,
Yeah. Judkins is a dog.
Add him to the list.
And maybe a criminal that got away with something there. Riley Gary, anything to speak on for what Chip
just keep it on the
alluded
field,
to?
boys.
It's hard to put a lot of confidence in the team after the type of beating we took last week. Just trying to keep our heads up.
Yeah,
just
fair.
try to keep the ball, no turnovers, and
Right.
just keep scoring. I mean, it's going to be a battle for sure. I mean, James Cook right now is doing really well. So we'll see. I mean, I don't have anybody playing till Sunday, but game's not over till Monday.
Yeah, Wildworks running a funny circus over there, but he's got some star acts and they can put up some points. So we'll see how that one finishes. If you guys pull up your sleeper apps, what matchup you guys got your eyes on outside of yours? Bushwhacker's got his eyes on everyone because he's got his eyes on max points forward already. I'll let you guys take a look and maybe after I'm done with this, you guys can pipe in. I just want to take a moment to explain how the end of the year rankings work. There's been some confusion amongst the league. Bear with me here. It's a little bit of a multi-step equation. So let me start off at the top. 6 teams make the playoffs. 4 teams move on after the first round. Okay. Those top 4 teams take them out of the bucket. They're out of the bucket. Now I got 8 teams in the bucket. Okay. That bucket is going to be the rankings for the draft picks. There is a column in Sleeper. If you go here to the Sleeper app, It's hard to see, but this is all the teams' rankings. There's a button next to standings that says details. If you click details, you'll see all the waiver wire money, the points forward. There's a column that says max PF. Max PF is the number of points you would have scored if you set your optimal lineup every single week, similar to best ball. So the way that the picks for the rookie draft will be given out is the bottom of max points will be first, and so on and so forth, all the way until 8th. Okay, now if you're the top 4 teams in the playoffs, you have a chance at money. So the third place, I think, gets $200 back. I'll have to check the spreadsheet, but basically the rest of the draft order for the rookie draft would be so on and so forth. From 4th, they'd get the 9th pick, and then 3rd will get the 10th pick, and then 2nd will get the 11th. First place obviously gets the last pick in the draft. Now, everyone doesn't really have their picks anymore because we traded so much, so keep your eye on max points forward because it might affect what position you're drafting for. If that doesn't make sense, rewind it, listen to it again, and then call me and I'll explain it. All right, back to the episode. Any questions?
May I, while we're on the tanking topic,
Yeah.
may I mention something about Gushing Farthing's now rebuild?
Huh?
So I do have some concerns here. In terms of max points, I don't know why he started Jalen. This is irrelevant. I don't know why he started Jalen Watt over Malik Washington. I'm not sure he understands the rules. However, I see a lot of zeros. I see Bajent, Milton. I see Christian Watson, Darren Waller, George Kittle on his bench with
Yeah, that
some other
feeling
guys,
that
like,
feeling in your gut that you may be out tanked is true, Bushwhacker. And the kicker on that is Gushing doesn't even have his own picks, so those are sitting somewhere else.
like what
Bring
are we
them to
doing?
me, baby.
Why did he do that? Why did you?
Bring 'em
Why
to
the
me.
fuck did he do that?
um
Somebody explain to me why he did that.
it's his $200 a year. I think he's gonna try to buy some players eventually. I don't know. I think it was too
I
difficult
have
to
his
get
pick
picks
next
back.
year.
You have his pick next year?
Yeah, I have mine, his, and I have 427 picks, so I'm
Riley
coming.
Gary, what picks are you sitting with, Riley Gary? I know you're all in, but I think you made a couple of trades to get some capital back. Do you have any firsts?
I have 1 first next year. Let's see. My iPad's being slow as fuck. 1 first, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 2 fourths.
Asset management.
3 fourths.
Okay,
Asset
it's actually
management.
respectable for the roster you have going all in. There's actually a trade that I dropped the ball on at the top of the episode I want to circle back to. Bushwhacker, can you speak your piece on Shadur Sanders, who you purchased recently in the league? I think you got Shuck, Atler, and Shadur Sanders now. Out of the 3, who has the best upside in the NFL?
Definitely Shador, but I think Shuck is the most likely to be a starter. I actually made that trade for the pick swap because I'm more interested in the 27 draft than the 26 draft. I still think Riley's team has a high enough floor that it can make the playoffs, and it could be a definitely a very good max points for team, even if it doesn't look that way. Actually, I think he's pretty up there right now too. So I think that the odds of respectively Cam, let's see his team really quick. It might be a contender, it might not be. Okay, Cam's got a squad. He's got a young squad. This could be a very good team next year.
Interesting little group of guys he put together.
It is a lot of young guys. He's like what my team would ideally look like 3 years from now or 2 years from now after the 27 draft.
Wild Work lets you hop in here. You're on the record speaking about Shadur Sanders, and then you go and you sell him here in the league. What's your thought process there?
Yeah,
Or,
can you
is
remind
it
me
just
who I got in the
value?
trade,
Speak your
fellas? I'm
piece.
in. Yeah, I trade a lot. Who exactly did I get? Did I get a pick? I said, I think I got a pick.
What was that?
Say that again. It was breaking up.
You
Yeah,
got
it
a
was,
third round pick.
yeah, it was a first swap. It was a 2020.
Late third.
You gave him a 2026.
That's
No,
right.
no.
Okay.
Acquired a 26.
Yeah,
And
you
gave up
acquired a
his
26
27.
and a 26 third. Yeah. You gave him a 27 for. What's going on there? It's weird.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
No,
You're
you're
Sorry,
good.
good.
fellas. I don't have
Fire
You're
away.
good.
Wi-Fi yet. I'm over here in the Big Apple, so bear with me. But I mean, speaking of what Butch asked, look, I got a young team, but I feel like we're gonna peak here in the next year or two. So I had a lot of 27 capital. I want to get a player next year, and I looked at my track record this year in the draft, and I think I did a decent job. I'm gonna take my shot. Who just scored here?
Oh, Tua, no.
Wow.
Sorry.
Bills picked off the ball.
Terrible Tua
And
throw.
that was the
He does
strategy
one of
there.
those a
So
game
Shador
now.
Sanders, the trade, I thought it was perfect
Sorry to cut you
timing.
off.
No pun intended. And yeah, no better day.
Fair,
I hope that's a compliment.
fair enough. It took two to tango there, and one walks away with Shador on their arm.
Can I mention something really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this is regarding my tank. So I will say, I don't need that much talent next year because I want Jeremiah Smith. He's mine. He's all mine and no one else's. And I have Fishing Farting and my picks, so 2 real shots at that. Second, if you look at the second round of the 26th draft, I own it. I got the top 3 picks. So if I really want another first round pick, let's package something up, get a late first. If I like a guy, I got all the leverage here. I feel like Sam Presti. And in a couple years, the OKC Thunder are going to win the goddamn championship.
Here first on the network warehouse, Harry Bushwhacker putting his flag in the ground and saying, watch out for me. I told you guys this guy was going to get so much capital he wouldn't know what to do with it, but it sounds like he actually does have a plan. Part of that.
I got the cards, baby. I got the cards,
Jesus
baby.
Christ, that's cards. Hopefully you do get Jeremiah Smith. The league would love that. Ohio State fan getting the guy. You've been selling old pieces, Harry Bushwhacker. I want to speak on that. How do you feel getting DeAndre Hopkins off your hands after 2 catches and 2 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks?
Look, graveyard. Don't need him. I'll take a third for him. I would not have gotten a third for him all offseason. You said 2 catches total?
I believe it's something like that.
It's like 3. Yeah. It's touchdown luck. And then he rebuilt. I don't know, but yeah, I'll take a third. Like, why not stash it for later? Just another card to keep. Get a nice young guy, maybe like of Manun guy fashion, like I got in the bottom of the 4th last year. You're finding value here. You're finding value there. It's just picking away, and some of these guys will hit. So
I love the patience. I love the patience over there in the front office for Harry Bushwhacker.
I'm not getting a second for him, right? Like never.
Yeah, no, you get what you can get, and you don't throw a fit. Is there any other hot takes, from your side of the panel tonight, or are we gonna cut it at Dalton Kincaid?
Well, while we're on the Mananga topic, obviously I traded him with you because I just felt it was like a gamble. Last pick of the 4th round, Mr. Irrelevant. I think Mr. Irrelevant might have a Brock Purdy trajectory. Obviously, he's not the real Mr. Irrelevant. He's our Mr. Irrelevant.
Okay.
But I think this guy, he can come into that offense and be their Montgomery to the shitty version. Swift is the shitty Gibbs, but I think this guy's got some real Montgomery potential. He's a real power back. He's going to be the goal line guy.
He's the fucking bum.
Well, I mean, Rashawn Johnson might be when it comes back. We'll see how it all transpires. Another guy is money guy. He's money guy.
All right, Bushwhacker. That is definitely the hottest take I've heard in a little bit.
RB1 of the Bears.
Can I get a guest hot take?
Yeah, go for it, Dodge Father. We're all welcome to
free.
spew our analysis.
I alluded to this guy on an earlier episode, when we were talking about some college players to keep an eye on. And I think people didn't even know what I was talking about. And now people might start realizing this Marcel Reed guy, he might be onto something. We have just looked up the Heisman race. He currently has the 5th best odds to win the Heisman. A&M has a decent schedule, obviously being in the SEC. He'll play some tough competitors. But if those boys are able to get through their season with 1 loss, keep an eye on Marcel Reed raising the trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I just want to let
you mean
guys...
Heisman? Okay, yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, raising that
trophy's
Heisman
ours. Okay, I agree with that. He has a serious shot, great quarterback. Big fan. We'll snag on backhand from you. Um, I like, while we're on the college topic, as you know, I'm specialized in Ohio State personnel. Um, they got a running back. The game we saw Donaldson and whatever the other guy's name is, they got a fucking running back. True freshman, just like Travion back in the day. This guy is fucking him, highest rated running back in the country. He pops off the screen. He is named after a legendary dual
Bo
sport athlete.
Jackson.
Does anyone know his name? Bo Jackson, baby. Bo motherfucking Jackson. I want you guys to do your research because this guy is going early in 2 years, 3 years.
I respect us, you know, it's a dynasty league. We're talking about the rookies. Come on, guys.
He's earning reps at Ohio State. And they got 2 transfer backs.
Thursday night football week 3, guys. Let's talk about the league. Let's talk about what's going on. You think Riley Gary's watching college football? Hell fucking no. He's not watching that shit right now. He's trying to win a dynasty league, fellas. But I respect the call-outs. Everyone's got to keep their big board. But I want to talk about what's going on in the league right now and who we think is coming out of the top of the rankings, who's climbing up. We've seen some shifts and dynamics on teams. Any dark horses? I'll go ahead on record and call out my first dark horse. The day has came where I give Wild Work some flowers. I think Wild Work could scrape in as a 6 seed in the playoffs, and I would not be shocked whatsoever. Just rewind the clock a little bit. When the Packers upset the Cowboys the first round of the playoffs a few years back, you could see something a little bit similar in the team of Wild Work. He goes out and acquires a few more players, you know, on the bench. That's my dark horse to scrape into the playoffs as of right now. If anyone else got one, rip it.
Yeah. Also, just heading back to your question about matchups that we're looking at this week as well. This Bo Money, Bo Problems, and wide receiver U matchup that we have this week, I think is going to be spicy. If wide receiver U starts off the year 1-5, and Bo Money gets out 6-0, I think wide receiver U might start sweating a little bit. Steph hasn't. I don't think Steph's made it on the pod, but would love to hear what he has to say right now, given his start to the season. But dark horse that I like. Trust the Process is putting together something very, very quietly. Another matchup. Trust the Process and Mr. Rogers.
I gotta change my team name.
You didn't know that, Drew?
I did not.
Jesus Christ Almighty, that's crazy.
He's not rebuilding. That's a rebuild name. What the fuck are you like? That's like the Process 76ers.
Yeah,
but his name has been that since before the league started.
He had that in the startup draft. I think he already had his plan set in stone. Riley Gary, any matchups this week you got your eye on, or any dark horses maybe scraping into the playoffs as of right now?
I mean, definitely looking at the undefeated teams for sure with Dodge Father. God, sorry, I'm coming over a cold. Dodge Father. I think that's going to be an interesting game to look after for sure. So, I mean, somebody's going to come out with a loss, you know, at least one, you know,
huge.
Whether or not we make the median on that one, but somebody's coming out with a loss.
Yep, I agree. Chip, any 2 cents?
I think me and Riley Gary are going to put together
Chip?
Quite the matchup this week. I think it's going to be pure cinema. I think this thing is going to come down to the wire. And I know Riley Gary's keeping it PC on camera, but if you don't think he's motherfucking me around his house and in the war room as he gets ready for this game, you got another thing coming. Riley Gary's the competitor of the highest order, and if you think I'm not going to bring my best game here this weekend, I think you got another thing coming. Riley Gary, good luck to you, brother.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Riley.
Oh, I was just saying you as well, man. It's going to be a tough one for sure. I mean, especially with James Gillett's playing right now, and honestly, I'm with them getting down in the 2 minutes right now, they're just going to run the ball. I'm pretty nervous that he's going to put up another touchdown right now.
The garbage time TDs will kill you on a week. Bushwhacker, what was on your mind right there?
Yeah, I just wanted to discuss a team that we were talking about. I'm looking at Bo Money, Bo Problems, and I have some concerns. You know, it's highly leveraged, very top heavy. I know I'm in no place to speak on other teams, but You look at running back 2, you got J.K. Dobbins. On the bench, you got to hope Scatterbo pops. You really do, because there's not much. Aaron Jones is cooked. Mooney and Diggs are his next receivers. Hopefully, Loveland can be great. I hope that. But he's had some concerns. He doesn't have any picks this year. He's got all his picks after that. So maybe he could, go shopping if he really wants to contend and, ensure that he's the top of the league. Because he's close. Don't get me wrong. Like, you got Puka. Well, A.J. Brown's struggling. Jonathan Taylor, Puka, Josh Allen, T. Higgins. You got some pieces you could really work with. But it just depends what direction he wants to go.
Yeah, I mean, you point out some holes there for Kyle Lark. Over the summer, he's been my number one contender to watch. I've shipped my focus over to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood after the fire sale, but Lark just tends. I've been in leagues with Lark for years now.
I'm on such a fat losing streak to him.
Since I was a kid, and even the years he didn't win the league, he still beat me head to head. I don't know. He just tends to piece some things together. We'll see how it ends up. Chip, you want to speak on Lark, or
I hate
we've been
to
around
say
that
I
block
told you
before?
so. I told you. I know I get it. He's 4-0, but it's a phony 4-0. It's one of those 4-0s where you kind of just, oh shit, I'm 4-0. Like, you got to remind. As I was going through this, I was like, oh shit, Lark is literally 4-0. It doesn't feel like that. You hear what Harry Bushwhacker's saying. You hear the sentiment. I'm right there with you, man. It's a facade. It's a mirage. It's veneer, and it's gonna come off.
He does have max points for
Bushwhacker.
it,
It's
though. He
week
does have max
2,
points for it.
man.
He's the highest scoring team in the league by about 30 points.
I just gotta say, I mean, I'm a little biased just because I'm a Colts fan, but I mean, dude, Jonathan Taylor looks good.
Love
I
that
mean,
call out. I love that call out.
He's back to
and I
RB1
think,
status.
and Josh Allen's he's looking at a repeat. I mean, when we look at his team, his team's been pretty solid. I mean, like we're saying, I mean, he's got the most points for right now. And I mean, maybe I'm biased with the Colts, but I mean, I really think that Jonathan Taylor is probably gonna really pop.
Sir,
this
you
year.
are not biased on that subject.
No.
I actually drafted him a couple years ago, 1.4 when he was going second round, and I won the league because of that, because he was RB1, and so I'm a huge Jonathan Taylor fan, and he looks completely back to that form. And yeah, I drafted Genty over him this year in another league, and I feel fucking awful because I would have a wagon if I didn't do that.
It's a lot better when there's an actual quarterback who can throw the ball and give a lot of pressure off of him, where you're not going, hey, you're going to run the ball 3 times every time they get the ball. I mean, last couple of years it's been, oh, well, it's only going to JT. I mean, this
He's
year
a graceful runner, man.
Yeah,
He gives Barry Sanders when he runs that ball, man. He really does.
He's insane.
he's looking really good, and the Colts as an organization are too. Chips alluded to something all summer. Maybe we'll throw in the clip here at the post edit. The Daniel Jones revenge tour runs through Indianapolis, and Kyle Lark sitting with Jonathan Taylor, who, if he stays healthy for 17 games, could very well be the RB1. The Colts have not punted the ball yet in the first 2 weeks of NFL play. Go ahead,
And do you
Bushwhacker.
remember who did that last year?
Who?
The New Orleans Saints. So we gotta tread lightly. So
The New Orleans Saints did start out 4-0, if I remember correctly. But
it's a similar situation. You got Derek Carr.
It's a woulda, coulda, shoulda. We'll never know what the Saints could have been.
It was Derek Carr revenge tour last year. That's all. I want the Colts to be good, but I'm treading lightly. We'll come back. We'll circle back week 7.
Early.
I believe in Jonathan Taylor no matter what.
It's early, but one thing's for sure: Kyle Lark's got Puka Nacua, who is the wide receiver 1 so far, and looks like it hasn't missed a step. If the guy's going to be on the field, he's going to go nuclear. He just gets funneled targets, and McVay draws him up. And like Lark said, man, Josh Allen's a stud. So we'll leave it there for Riley Garrett. But actually, we're near to the 1 hour mark. We had a call into the network. I think the area code I'm not familiar with. I'm just gonna play the call in here.
Hey, long-term subscriber from Cleveland, Ohio. Love the meat market and everything you guys do around fantasy. Really helps me out around my fantasy plays. Just want to air out some grievances here around the Cleveland Browns. Really follow along with everything you guys are saying, and then every podcast you guys just have to shit on the Cleveland Browns, and I just don't understand. I think they have some major potential here in the 2026 season. We're not giving Joe Flacco enough credit to his successes, and I mean, we got Jerry Jeudy on the bench, and I mean, can we just get rid of the Cleveland sucks narrative? I mean, I know we made a mistake with Deshaun, but come on, give us a break here. It really just ruins my day every time I hear you guys shit on the Browns, so that's my thought.
All right, fellas. We're calling from a Cleveland, Ohio native speaking on the Browns. Shout out to her for calling in. It takes a lot of guts, submitting a recording of such nature. But anyone want to speak on the nature of that call in, or maybe the Cleveland Browns as an organization? Bushwhacker looks dumbfounded.
Who the fuck is that?
Hey man, I just take the phone calls, information's on the videos.
Fans?
Shout out to her though.
Shout out, big time. She's in the trenches for sure.
We did speak on Shadur earlier. Is there any hope for the Cleveland Browns? They got 2 first-round picks next year. I know this isn't a hot topic on people's frontal lobe, but anyone want to speak on the Browns?
I think the Browns are confused themselves.
Fair enough.
I mean, how many quarterbacks are on their roster right now? 4?
Too many.
I mean, I think they just got to figure out what's going on in their room first.
Miss Brown, we will refer to you as. We'll call you Miss Cleveland.
Yeah, I like that.
Miss Cleveland. I think we as fans are unsure what the Browns organization, as Riley alluded to, is trying to accomplish here. You have a 50-year-old quarterback in Joe Flacco, while you have 2 rookies on the bench for a team that's. I think we can all say they're not competing this year. Starting the year 0-2. I do, for your sake, for your fandom, hope that they can do something. But I think the team, as Riley mentioned, does seem to be a little confused. It feels like they're trying to start a aging quarterback without giving any of their rookies a chance to see what they can do. But, maybe Joe Flacco turns into Joe Flacco of 20 years ago and can.
I actually do believe the Browns, they are building a little something. They got Harold Fannin. Put him on the dog list.
Wait
Put him on the
a
dog list.
Wait a second. I'm gonna cut you off, all right? Because I'm smelling a little bit of bullshit coming from your side, Bushwhacker. I put 2 and 2 together really quick. I've known you for a while, and I think you heard a female's voice in the call-in, and your wheels started turning a little bit. Flip that Ohio State there around and let them know, hey, we might be fans of the same teams here, but.
We got some mutual interests. Let's just say that. I'm sure as a Cleveland native.
I would highly advise you watch it. All right. We don't know who the call-in was. It's anonymous. You don't want anyone coming for your head there, Bushwhacker.
But I do actually think okay, Joe Flacco's a classic bridge quarterback. They still got Dawgs on defense. They got Ward and they got Myles Garrett. They got Jerry Jeudy. He broke out last year. We'll see if it's real. And yeah, I think, if Shador can be good. Joe Flacco's a classic bridge quarterback. This happens every year. Some team starts Joe Flacco while there's a rookie behind him.
Yeah, my take is simple. For the Browns, and it goes for any bottom feeder in the NFL right now. It takes one pivotal piece, and it's usually a quarterback to flip your organization around. We saw it with the Texans. We saw it with the Commanders. So what the Browns send with the draft capital they have, hopefully they can find their Jane Daniels, their C.J. Stroud, whatever to get them back. To what
They're
were
gonna suck this year.
in the 80s, in the 70s. I don't know. I wasn't around during that time period, but. Best of
They're
luck
gonna
to
suck
Cleveland
this year,
Browns.
but there's reasons for optimism. They have some guys to be excited about, and that's fun. It's always fun to.
Yeah, Miss Cleveland, I would say you could just skip to next year. Yeah, take back your Sundays. No,
Take
we
my dynasty
don't.
team.
You don't need to feel
Take
down
back
on
your
yourself
Sundays.
when when you're watching the Ravens beat you guys by 24, as a Raider fan, it sucks. Enjoy the outside while the weather's nice out there. I don't know if you live in Cleveland,
And
but I do believe it's gonna start getting cold if you do. Hopefully you can enjoy the rest of the summer. Your Sundays can be fun and eventful for the next
Boys, we're here.
Also, Evan, let's remind her she could still enjoy her Saturdays. So
See what
that's
happens.
good.
You get a female call in. You get a female call into a fantasy football network, and all hell breaks loose. Boys, keep it together here. We're at the hour mark. This is where I give you, your last chance opportunity to air out any grievances or topics or any statements you want to, get off your chest here. We'll start there with the bushwhacker. What do we got? Or are you good? You'll see us next time.
Well, we saw that the Dolphins just lost, and Tua ended it on a concussion interception early in the fourth, I believe it was. And, I really just hope they hang on to Mike McDaniel because he just generates the content that we love about the NFL. Like, I showed somebody today about Mike McDaniel, about how he is like the least NFL coach of all NFL coaches. I was like, okay, what do you think an NFL coach looks like? And he's like fat and pink. And I was like, okay, now watch this. And it was just amazing content to show somebody who never heard of Mike McDaniel. So I really hope he sticks around. Love his press conferences, and I admire what he does.
Yeah, shoe collection better than the offensive calling as of late for Mr. McDaniels. The Dodge father, you got
What about the
anything you want
shades?
to get off your chest here before you get off the air?
all I gotta say is don't let me get hot. Boys are coming. Boys are coming. Don't let me get hot.
Genty's coming, baby.
Beware.
It sucks. It sucks about him because he's showing it. He has it. But the goddamn O-line is the worst O-line there has ever been in the history of the NFL.
It's
At
okay.
least they're a year removed from that, so it can't be much better. It just can't be.
It's okay. We're building something. We're building
Pete
something.
Carroll ain't run blocking.
Oh yeah,
3 first-round picks next
both,
year.
You guys
3
are both
first-round
Raider
picks.
fans.
Wait, really?
We're building it up.
Oh, you? Okay, yeah, I thought you meant the Raiders. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys are both Raider fans over there, huh? That's
I
interesting.
I'm
I think you guys got
they're
your quarterback in Gino. I like that. That's an absolute dog.
they're
Speaking
an
of,
ex-girlfriend. They're just an ex that was abusive. And I'm not gonna sit in the cup chair and root for the Las Vegases. Okay?
we are officially here at the network after dark. Riley, you got any grievances you want to air out or anything you want to, get off your chest here?
To win the game, you have to win the game. You can't lose. If you lose, you don't win.
Keep it simple, short and sweet. I like it, Riley Gary. You got to win to win, so don't lose. Wild work.
Kyle Lark, I'm coming.
He's picking fights with some behemoths. He's got Friedel on his bad side. He's like that one guy talking shit to Baker. Don't wake the beast, buddy.
I don't have the plugin for the song on my laptop. I am hosting next episode. Chip will take the reins again, and we'll get explosive. But thank you guys for coming to the panel here tonight, and good luck to everyone week 3.
This guy's been brilliant. This guy's money. And this guy's a big